Hey, and welcome back to The Art of a Life Well Lived. I am Christine Regan Lake, and it's good to be here again. Today I'm going to be doing a spiritual path reading. And the spiritual path reading encompasses three parts. The first part is, who am I? Second part is, where am I going? And the third part is, how am I going to get there? So we're going to take a look at, whatever issues may come up in terms of potential obstacles that could keep you from moving forward on your path, and things that we can do to overcome it and things like that. If you are not familiar with my readings, they are timeless readings. So whenever they find you, if there's a nugget in there for you, it's for you. And if it's not, don't try to make it fit if it doesn't. If you would like to share, and subscribe to my videos, that would help me grow my channel, and that would really help me out so much, and I'd appreciate it. That helps me get my message out to those who need to hear it. Okay, so let's get started. So the first part of the reading, who am I? Well, the first three cards that came up were expect a miracle, true love, and be bold. So God and the universe would like to tell you that your prayers have been answered, that you, that which you have been praying for and wishing for and yearning for and pining for, they've heard you. Your message, your blessing is on its way to you, and that true love that you are truly hoping for and wanting in your life is on its way to you. Just take a deep breath, relax, and trust God. Trust God's divine plan that He has someone for you, and that person is making their way to you, whether it's a male or female, whatever. Now, the next thing that came up was bold, right? So you still have to be bold. Now, let's talk about love, right? Love without courage, in my opinion, is impotent, because the reality is that if you want to embrace love, if you want to receive love, you have to open your heart, and it takes courage, and you have to be bold to open your heart, especially if you're someone who has had your heart broken a number of different times. It can be so hard to open up, but the only way that your future love, that true love that God has for you, the only way he or she is going to be able to come into your life is if you take down the barriers around your heart and you open your heart up to receive this beautiful blessing. Expect the miracle of love, right? I know sometimes it can be hard to believe in miracles. It can be hard to believe in love. When you've walked a rocky path in your life, it can be difficult to believe that something good is coming your way. But you have to keep the faith. You have to visualize it. You have to see it. You have to know it. And you have to trust God that it's on its way to you. Okay, so what came up next? So the next thing that came up was child. So what I'm getting from this is that, after you were told to be bold, the very next card that came up was child. So it's important for you to do your inner child work and bring about that transformation. There was a transformation card. So do your inner child work. Heal whatever issues you have around fear of love, fear of being hurt, fear of intimacy, fear that you're going to repeat the patterns of the past. You've got to transform, and the way you transform is by doing your inner child work. I've talked to you in other videos about the Ho'oponopono work, that you can do the Ho'oponopono prayer. You bring your 5-year-old self up in front of you. You connect to the energy of your 5-year-old self, and you do the Ho'oponopono. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, and thank you. Connect to that inner child. Connect from that place of pure unconditional love, from a place of pure innocence, and honor the scared child within who's scared of being hurt again. So if you can do that, that is kind of the ticket to getting what you want. You have to take down your barriers. You have to heal the inner child within, and you have to transform. You have to transform out of that old self that has a hard time believing in miracles, right? You've got to believe it to create it. You got to believe it to see it and create it, right? Okay, so the next message is go for it, right? God wants you to go for it. God wants you to transform, you want to go for it, right? Who doesn't want true love in their life? Who, we are beings that are, human beings are pair bonded. We are built for connection, and and love and connection is one of the most important aspects of being a divine being on this planet, and it's a beautiful gift. Okay, so what's the next set of cards that came up with regard to who am I? Well, it's about your life purpose. So now is the time to step into your life purpose. And if you don't know what your life purpose is, this is the time that you're being called to get quiet and align with your soul, to figure out what it is that you want to do, what you feel like your soul and your spirit and your unique imprint wants to contribute to this world, because you do have something beautiful to contribute. And in order to embrace that life purpose, you need to open up to receiving. You may have receiving issues. You're probably a good giver, but you may have receiving issues. But if you want to receive this true love, you've got to heal whatever issues, whatever wounds you have that could inhibit you from being able to receive that love. And you're being told and reminded that there's nothing to worry about. Your God's got this. God's got your back. Now, very specifically, I asked for what potential blockages there could be with regard to your transformation. So what potentially could get in the way or be a challenge for your transformation? The perfectionist blueprint. So the perfectionist blueprint came up with, basically talks about that the perfectionist blueprint is that you're obsessed with everything has to be perfect. The problem with the perfectionist blueprint it makes you procrastinate. You also could, with this perfectionist blueprint, you could be obsessing about having to find the perfect mate, and you could have your perfect soulmate sitting across the table from you, and you wouldn't know it because all you'd see are their flaws. And so you are being encouraged to heal whatever it is inside of you that, the events and traumas from your past that caused you to have this perfectionist blueprint, these unrelenting standards, that you're hypercritical of yourself and others. So you want to release that perfectionist blueprint. And part of how you can support yourself is embracing self-care rituals. You have to start learning how to be gentle and compassionate with yourself. You've been hard on yourself long enough. Now it's time to embrace and heal your inner child and to treat yourself with love, compassion, and kindness and respect. Okay? Now, when I asked about what, if any, potential obstacles could get in the way of your life purpose, stepping into your life purpose, the two cards that came up were, and they reinforce each other, which is the 6 human needs: significance, the need to feel important. So it's all about your ego. And then the next one that came up was hierarchy of values, out of alignment, if your significance is above love, right? So here's the core message here. If your ego and your need to be significant comes from a hierarchy of values standpoint, if your ego and your need to feel significant comes ahead of your value of love and connection, if you put significance above love, then your love life is always going to suffer, because what you're saying is that ego is more important than love. So when it comes to decisions with regarding to your heart and your love life, you're going to make decisions from a place of ego and not unconditional love. And when we make decisions from a place of ego and not unconditional love, and not from a place of presence and grace and being centered, we tend to regret it. Ego decisions tend to be the kind of decisions that come back to bite us in the butt. And you seldom make the best decision for yourself when you're making it from a place of ego, when you're doing it from a place of significance, right? So that is what you're being encouraged to be aware of. Pay attention if you are putting your ego above your heart, because that you really want to think about whether that's really going to serve you long term. Okay, so now we're going to move into the second part of the reading. The second part of the reading is, so this was who am I? This next portion is, who am I who am I? Where am I going? And then the third part is, how am I going to get there? So right now we're going to do the where am I going? So where you're going is, what came up is that this is the endings and beginnings, right? So this is the cycles card. It's Cali, endings and beginnings. So endings and beginnings. So what this is saying to you is that, where am I going? Right now, you are starting a new cycle. You're starting a new cycle, and it's the opportunity to forgive. So if in the past you were coming from a place of ego and not being able to forgive, coming from a place of significance where you're more concerned about being right than you are about maintaining connections, this is an opportunity for you to forgive, to set aside that piece of you that needs to be right, right? So I can't tell you how many times I see people in relationships getting into very destructive conversations because they have a need to be right, as opposed to honoring and respecting where their partner is coming from. So if you have a pattern of coming from a place of ego and needing to be right, and that is sabotaging your relationships, that is something that you are being encouraged to look at and to address. And again, this is about new cycles. So you want to put those negative, unproductive cycles behind you. You want to close this out and go into a new cycle of your life where you vibrate, where your life purpose is in alignment with love, right? So you want to come from a place of unconditional love in your work, in your, just as a whole, as a being. And it's interesting because that part of the prayer that I say every morning as a divine feminine is, I am the divine feminine. The divine light of God flows to me and through me. I am here to serve and uplift humanity. I am here to hold the vibration of unconditional love. If this message is resonating with you and you feel that you do have a life purpose as a divine feminine or a divine masculine, where you're supposed to hold the vibration of unconditional love to serve and uplift humanity, if you're a light worker, a healer, a medicine woman, a mystic, a shaman, a healer, whatever, holding the vibration of unconditional love will put you in the most powerful state to execute your life purpose, to bring in the loving partner that you want, and to move forward to make an impact on the world. Okay, so you want to follow your inner wisdom and connect with, there's a lot of similar themes lately, and connect with your inner innocence, right? Our innocence is that childlike state that has not been corrupted by humanity. So what are some of the things that you want to pay attention to right now? Well, at this moment, you're very sensitive. You're finding your energetic body, your physical body, your spiritual body, your mental body is very sensitive right now. So it's very important that you pay attention to the environments in which you put yourself into. And when I asked for further clarity about that with regard to sensitivity, what came up was parasites. But what was the card next to it was past life. So the second I saw parasites as a concern for your sensitivity of your body, the initial feedback I heard was it's not like a physical parasite. This is about a spiritual parasite regarding your past life. The Isis is your past life. And the next card that I picked came up was religious beliefs. So what I intuited is that the parasite is actually your religious beliefs. You have some negative religious beliefs around guilt, shame, and self-loathing. These beliefs are from a past life that they were brought into this world when you were reincarnated. You brought these issues. So these are like mental parasites. These are, what do they call them? A brain virus, right? It's a mental, you have these beliefs that you are someone who needs to be ashamed, and that you carry this guilt and you have this self-loathing. You came into it with this lifetime, and it's now This is the time. This is the cycle. This is a new cycle and a new beginning. You must put down these negative beliefs, these feelings of self-loathing, of shame and guilt. They are a parasite to your mind in terms of your thinking, and they are parasitic in terms of your life. Because of this, because they're so low vibrating, they suck the energy out of you, and you have to work like twice as hard energetically to feel good about yourself. It is time, whatever you need to do a clearing. You might want to do a past life clearing to release these parasitic beliefs that you came into this lifetime with, because they don't serve you. Okay, so where are you going? So the next two cards that came up were, you have a bright future and a creative project. So there is a creative project within you that wants to be birthed, whether you're cognizant of it or not. You may, as you're hearing this, you may know exactly what it is, or you may not. If not, you want to take some quiet time and get to connect with your higher self to figure out, what is this creative project that wants to be birthed from you, because you have something unique here to say. Now we're going into the third part of the reading, which is how you're going to get there. Well, that creative project, you're going to give birth to it, right? So it's fertility. And again, always, you want to be fair, mayat. You want to, as you're bringing forth this creative effort, you want to be fair to yourself. You want to be fair to others. You want to build this creative project in a way that will allow you to have a balanced life, so that it's not all work, right? You know, the perfectionist, don't forget about the perfectionist traits that you had, right? You had the perfectionist blueprint. So you're going to move forward in a way that is, in a way that's going to be fair for all involved, including yourself. You know, have confidence in your abilities, but don't be a perfectionist. You know, perfectionists can procrastinate on stuff and it can go slow. You need to have confidence in who you are, your abilities, the creative project that you want to bring forward and that you're going to give birth. And as long as you move forward and treat everyone fairly, including yourself, things are going to work out for you. And in terms of moving forward in that creative project, what came up was that you are a high priestess, right? So you have divine knowledge that wants to be shared with the world, that there are people out there who are in need of the wisdom that you have to share, right? Where was the inner wisdom? Here it is, inner wisdom, right? So you've got inner wisdom and you're a high priestess. So you're more than likely an old soul, and you have come into this life with divine knowledge that the world needs at this time. And so they need you to step up and start sharing this wisdom with others. You know, for those who are lost and ready to be found, you may be the mentor they need. You may be the healer they need, the shaman they need, you know, whatever it is for you, you need to understand what that is. You're being encouraged to get outside, get some fresh air, and release and surrender. Don't try to control this. You know, back to the perfectionist blueprint. Release any perfectionist blueprints you have. Release the need to try to control and force things, and surrender to the process. Hold the vision, trust the process, and just know that God has your back and everything is unfolding perfectly as it should be. And the three final cards were: ask for help if you feel that you need assistance. Ask your angels, ask God, ask for help. Say, I ask for your assistance in supporting me on this journey, and give them permission to help you. And then know that your home is transforming. Your home is transforming into a more beautiful environment. Things are becoming healthier, and everything is going to work out for you. And the final card was Guardian. You and your loved ones are safe and taken care of. So just know, I know that sometimes, especially if you're a perfectionist, you want to know all the answers. It's hard to take steps, to continue to take steps forward when you don't know exactly how things are going to turn out. Just keep moving forward one step at a time, following your inner wisdom and guidance. Get in alignment with who you are and what you want to share with the world. Embrace whatever creative project it is that wants to be birthed from your soul, and do your inner child work. So that you can experience that miracle and have that true love come in, because you deserve it. Who doesn't deserve it more than you, right? You totally deserve that. So that is my reading for today. I hope you found value. Just as a recap, it's, this message today is all about learning to expect miracles. Open your heart to true love coming into your life. Be focused and aware that you want to move towards your life purpose. And you want to be conscious of your ego. You want to make sure that you're not making egoic decisions as you take this path of pursuing your life purpose. If you have a divine mission, you need to stay in divine alignment and in divine guidance and hold the vibration of unconditional love. It is not about, fame, notoriety. Not that those are a bad thing, but like when you make decisions from an ego place, they seldom tend to be the best decisions that you can make for yourself. You want to release any parasitic beliefs that you have that you brought in from the past life around shame, guilt, or self-loathing. It's time to end that cycle. It's a new beginning, right? You're ending that cycle of holding on to those beliefs. You have to know that you have a bright future ahead of you. And just easy does it, right? You're not gonna, you want to take this as a gentle path. You're not going to plow ahead and be a workaholic. It's at this stage and moment in your life, it is about ease and flow and grace and divinely walking forward in faith and trust, knowing that it's all going to work out for you because your family is protected. Your guardians are watching out for you, and your family is protected. So I hope you found value in that. If you like the video, please feel free to like, share, or subscribe to my channel. That would really help me. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.